Hi beautiful ladies, welcome back to my channel. So today I want to talk to you about the benefits of gleaning beauty secrets from other cultures and how you can incorporate various beauty tips and tricks from around the world to help you with your level up and glow up journeys. This is why I've said in previous videos that it is important to embrace multiculturalism and not just stick to your own community, especially if you are a Black woman. Just sticking to the Black community is not beneficial for you for various reasons. But for the purpose of this video, there really are a lot of tips that we can gain for our benefit that exist within other communities. So for hair care, I like to look to the South Asians and incorporate some of their practices into my hair care regimen. South Asian women are known to have very long, luscious hair. That largely has to do with genetics as a whole, but they also use things like doing weekly hot oil treatments or oiling their hair for like an hour or so with coconut oil and using various herbs to help support the hair growth and retention process. So they apply some herbs to the scalp to help stimulate growth by stimulating blood flow. And then they also add some herbs to the length of the hair strand, especially focusing on the tips, which is the oldest part of the hair, to help lock in moisture and also just strengthen the strand internally. Certain oils and herbs are able to penetrate the hair strand, and certain oils are not able to do that. So they focus on oils that are able to penetrate the hair strand and be able to nourish it and promote length retention and reduce breakage. So there are some common herbs that are used on a regular basis to help with what I just mentioned. These herbs are basically Ayurvedic herbs that have been anciently studied and used in the South Asian region, and they are known to have many health benefits just for various internal processes. So common herbs that are used, I mentioned coconut oil, and you can just put these herbs in coconut oil. Just know that actual unrefined virgin coconut oil is going to be hard. So I like to just put these herbs in castor oil and I just let it sit for a bit, for like 24 hours before I use it. Common herbs are amla, hibiscus leaves, hibiscus flower, mandi leaves, fenugreek seeds, rose petals, aloe vera, curry leaves, neem leaves, and vetiver. Please excuse my pronunciation if I'm not saying these right. I'll put them on the screen. You can just order most of these on Amazon, or you can just go to your local Indian grocery store and they'll be able to help you find it. They're fairly affordable. They sell them the same way that you would purchase other spices like garlic powder and onion powder, like in those little packets. And then you can I like to put them into glass jars to help maintain the freshness. And then I just mix it all together, put it into my castor oil, and then I just use it until it's done. I also like to use African shea butter from West Africa for my hair. It helps to lock in moisture and soften my hair. Because I have a thicker hair texture, I find that using thicker butters is more beneficial than just using an oil. So I tend to use oils for hot oil treatments, and then I will use the shea butter to lock in the moisture. Shea butter is a butter that's made from the shea nut. It hails from West Africa, primarily in Ghana. And so what they will do is go through a process to soften the nut, the inside of the nut, and then the women traditionally will whip it into a butter so that it's smooth enough to be used on the hair and the skin. When you're purchasing shea butter, it either comes in yellow or white. Either is perfectly fine. Just make sure that I try to get it from African grocers because I know that number one, it's going to be cheaper, and number two, it's more likely to be organic and unrefined. I find that sometimes when you go to popular health food stores or even online, they tend to inflate the price drastically, and then they'll also add in other ingredients. So after I wash my hair or I moisturize it, or I just moisturize it during the week as just regular upkeep, I will apply my moisturizer first and then I will seal it in with the shea butter. Sometimes when you're doing your research online, you'll find that people will say that shea butter moisturizes the hair. It more so moisturizes your skin rather than the hair. The hair is made out of keratin, and if you use a product that is not water based to moisturize your hair, it's not gonna effectively moisturize your hair, and your hair is gonna be chronically dry because fat soluble ingredients are not able to penetrate the hair strand. Only water can. So it's important to moisturize your hair with a water based product first, whether it's water itself or a liquid leave-in conditioner, and then you use the shea butter to lock in the moisture. Shea butter is also really good for your skin. It helps to boost skin moisture. It has anti-inflammatory properties to help soothe skin problems like eczema, sunburn, and razor bumps. It can help to heal cuts and scrapes. Some people say that it helps to fight breakouts. Some people say that it doesn't because of its super fatty nature. And others say that it also has antioxidants that will help with the anti-aging process. Shea butter is rich in vitamins A, E, and F, which are known to soften and protect the skin, which is also why a lot of commercial companies use shea butter as the base of their body butters and body lotions. So you'll see companies like The Body Shop and Bath and Body Works, for example, when you read the ingredients label on their body butters, the first three ingredients is shea butter because it is so rich and it's a fairly cheap product to be able to mass produce. I also use shea butter after my laser hair removal session, so I use it to help prevent any burning from the laser, and to date, like, I've never had any issues with burning or blistering. Next, I like to look to the Arabs or the Middle Eastern region for perfumes. I find that they've managed to use a lot of natural ingredients that, number one, smell good, but number two, are long lasting. Western brands are good at that as well, but that's more so true for like the higher end luxury perfumes. Whereas Arab perfumes, you can find really good quality, like strong scented perfumes that will last you throughout the day with lower name brands. And then you can also get some really nice, luxurious, exotic smelling perfumes that no one else will have. If you're able to find some Arab scents that work for you, then you will stand out because, first of all, you're going to smell amazing, and secondly, no one's going to know what you're wearing. One of the scents in particular that I like is oud. Oud is a fragrant, dark, resinous wood that is used in perfumes, as well as incense, but primarily perfumes in a lot of the Middle Eastern brands. Some people wear it religiously because it's believed to invoke a sense of spirituality and inner peace. And honestly, they're probably onto something because whenever I wear oud or I put on an article of clothing like my jacket where I was previously wearing that perfume and I just smell the remnants of the oud, like I just feel so calmed and grounded when I wear that. Oud is my go-to. Like it's an acquired scent as well. Like it's a very distinct scent. It smells woody. It smells almost masculine, but women can wear it as well. People tend to mix oud with like vanilla and rose to make it more feminine, but I like to wear it because it is long lasting and it meshes well with my body chemistry. So I know that I'm going to smell good all the time and no one is likely to have this. Tom Ford makes a really, really, really good oud, the oud wood scent. It smells like traditional oud, but it also has sweet notes and undertones as well. So it smells more feminine and it smells more inviting and not as harsh as traditional straight oud. You can honestly find a lot of the oud brands on Amazon and online. You just have to really be careful to read the reviews because sometimes people sell knockoffs, and so you'll get something that is not as powerful because it's diluted. I like to also get the perfume oils. It is a more concentrated form of a scent and I use that as a base. So I'll put it on my pulse points and then I'll top it up with an eau de parfum so that it'll last longer and I'm able to kind of mix and match and complement my scents that way. I like to get my perfume oils from Al-Rehab. I get it off of Amazon. There's a lot of Middle Eastern and Muslim stores that sell it. If you have local shops that offer that service, you can get it from them as well. I like the Sabaya scents, the Choco Musk. That one smells, you're going to smell so delectable. Wearing Choco Musk, you're going to smell like a chocolate cupcake. So good. I love that for winter. Sabaya kind of smells like, if you're familiar with Lancome Dole scent, it kind of smells like that. So I tend to pair those two together so that the scent lasts longer. And then I like to wear Soft by Al-Rehab. That one kind of smells like Kay Ali's pistachio perfume. It's like a lemony caramel scent. So I like to wear that with something that has those type of notes. I also like to wear Midnight. That one is a more floral scent. It's like a stronger floral. So Sabaya is like a rosy scent, and then Midnight is more of like a darker evening wear type of scent. There are so many other brands that you can choose from. For Swiss Arabian is another common brand that has really good perfume oils that last long. And I love that they use really pretty decorated bottles to store the oil. So a lot of them come in like the shape of a flower, and then they'll have like a little jewel on top. Like, it's super cute and it just makes you feel really bougie and luxurious. Latafa is another brand that's popular for Arab perfumes. These are really entry level brands if you don't know where to start. These are really good brands to start with. The Yara scents, you probably have heard of Yara. It's like in that like baby pink. Another bottle is like that mango orange looking color. Those are very popular scents as well, and they last long. And the good thing about the Arab perfumes is that they're generally made without alcohol, because in Islam, consuming alcohol, even wearing it on your body, is haram. So they have to design the perfumes without alcohol. But the good thing about that is that number one, it will not dry out your skin. And number two, it's longer lasting. Now, for skincare, I've spoken about this a million times on this channel, but I love Korean skincare. The Koreans are, in my opinion, at least 10 years ahead of Western skincare. They formulate their products to work on your skin at a deep level, and they use science to help increase your skin cell turnover rate so that your skin is able to heal and repair itself. And it will also help to promote healthy glowing skin and slow down signs of aging and hyperpigmentation and things like that. I use Korean skincare for every single step, from double cleansing, so I use an oil cleanser first, to using a moisturizing cleanser, then using a serum and an essence, then to then I'll either use like my retinol at night and then seal that off with a moisturizer, to even using sheet masks. Like, that's all I use. Even for when I would like to use like a light chemical peel, I use the MetaHeal peeling pads. Now, this may sound like a lot of steps, and it is. Honestly, it pales in comparison to the actual 10-step process. The trick, it really doesn't matter how many steps are in your routine, as long as your routine is effective and each step of the Korean skincare process is made to address certain things. So toning is to help replenish the moisture that was lost during your wash. Essence is used to treat and help to promote hydrated skin, etc. So there is a method to the madness, so to speak. But again, because these products are formulated to heal your skin literally, not just treat the surface level issues, but to heal your skin on a deeper level, you will find that your skin feels more hydrated and your skin looks more plump and youthful, as opposed to using just like a bunch of Western products like, I don't know, Neutrogena, Vichy, Clinique, all of those ones. When I had really bad acne, like, I would use those and think that layering them up would help with my skin, and it just made my skin worse. It made my skin irritated and it would burn it. And even using one of those products over time would just make my skin look really gray and flat. And it wasn't until I started using Korean skincare that it really helped my skin to glow. That paired with a healthy diet and gut health, like now my skin, I can confidently leave the house without makeup if I need to quickly run to pick up something like at the grocery store. I don't have to be embarrassed because my skin looks good. And sometimes like I'll look in the mirror and it's like, oh, like my skin looks a bit oily, but then like I'll like rub my face and like no oil comes off. That's just my skin's natural glow. Someone asked in another video about YouTube channels that speak about Korean skincare. I personally do not know of any. I learned about Korean skincare through TikTok. Angela Matrix on TikTok really put me on to different products, especially the Cosrx Snail Mucin essence. She uses she uses other products as well, but she incorporates a lot of Korean skincare products into her routine. And the same thing that I mentioned about like the glowy skin, she has the same thing as well, where it could, if you don't know any better, it could honestly look like her skin is oily, but it's not. It's just super glowy and just radiant and healthy. So I'd recommend checking her out. And honestly, just typing in Korean skincare will give you the answers that you need. And now you may think that I also like to incorporate traditional Chinese medicine into my overall care routine. Traditional Chinese medicine, also known as Eastern medicine, is an ancient practice that has been used for centuries to help heal physical ailments and mental ailments as well through the use of herbs, but also promoting the balance of energy, also known as qi. And so there are a lot of things that are incorporated in order to help achieve balance. Again, there are a lot of Chinese herbs that you can use. They also observe the practice of being mindful, being present, reducing your stress, using acupuncture, keeping the body warm, especially your feet and your legs. This is especially important for women because the blood supply for your uterus is connected to the blood supply for your legs. And so it kind of works like in a circuit where it'll go from your uterus to your feet, and then it'll go right back up to your uterus. And if that blood that's coming back up from your feet into your uterus is cold, that can cause a lot of issues like infertility, cramping, painful periods, and just like a lot of other unpleasant things. So it's very important to make sure that you keep your feet and your legs warm. Also, traditional Chinese medicine teaches that it's important for women to eat a lot of warm foods. So cook your foods. Don't eat a lot of processed foods. Try to cut back on cold foods like even salads, having cold beverages from the fridge, drinking warm water to help move the fluids in your body and keep everything flowing so that you don't have any stagnancy, which can lead to inflammation and pain throughout the body. This has really helped me. I started to incorporate traditional Chinese medicine when I had really bad periods. This helped me, the herbs especially, really helped me to balance my flow so that I wouldn't have pain anymore and I wouldn't have to rely on painkillers to get through the week. I also did acupuncture to help with liver detox, which would then help with overall detox of my body. And then that would help with my hormonal balance, which would further lead to better periods. So if you have issues with honestly any physical ailment, but especially as a woman, a lot of women have issues with painful periods, even absent periods, PCOS, endometriosis. Of course, you always need to consult with a healthcare provider, but for me personally, I was not getting enough care from my family doctor and gynecologist, so I needed to go the extra mile. I got a couple supplements recommended like magnesium to help with sleep and overall stress reduction. But I honestly just did my own research. I just typed in herbs for cramping, herbs for heavy flow, and I incorporated those herbs that were suggested. Do your own research. You're doing this at your own risk. I am not a healthcare provider. I'm just telling you my personal lived experience. But, if you're pregnant or breastfeeding or you have any other health issues, please do your research and go to a professional before you start experimenting on yourself. And lastly, for body care, I like to incorporate body sculpting. I know that a lot of Latinas do this. where they'll use like those wooden tools to help break up cellulite and fat and to help reduce bloating and things like that. But I've heard from different sources that it originated in Asia and Africa, respectively. So I don't know where it originated from. If you know more, let us know down below. But overall, this really helps to tighten up and firm your skin. I noticed that it helps to release water retention, especially when you do it around your midsection area. And it helps to improve blood flow to the area. So I like to use like the wood roller and like roll it over my pelvic area when I'm doing that before a workout. Give it a try, see if you get any benefits from this. Thank you so much for watching. Let me know down below what routines you incorporate from your side of the world. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.